introduce myself. My name is Siska and in this video I will explain about title Improving Student Speaking Skill Through Storytelling Technique. And the first introduction, speaking is part of language which is important of language learner to be developed. And the second, the nature of speaking. According to Byrne of definite speaking is interactive process of contrasting meaning involving processing, reserving and processing information. And the problem in teaching speaking skill, according to the problem in speaking as speaking activity as follow. The first, inhibition. Students are often about trying things in foreign language classroom. And the second, nothing to say. Students sometimes find fault that they not have something to say. And the third, low to often participant. Only one participant tells because of something learners information. And the fourth, mother tongue as. In mother tongue as in the class, all students share the same mother tongue. But enjoy infinitive three factor they may cause student but enjoy infinitive three factor they may cause student relevant to take in the classroom tasks involving speaking. And the three factor is the first, cultural factor. And cultural factor derive from student prior learning experience and expectation created by this experience. And the second, and the factor, language factor. In this language factor, the inhibition student to speak include. And three factors, psychological or affective factor. The psychological or affective factor is one of dominant factor can affect language learning, especially speaking. To sum up, the problem in speaking might happen to the student in the teaching learning process, especially the feeling or excited. Thus is teaching speaking. Teachers will always encourage the student, not allowing the student to become discourse. When they make mistake, they have to understand that making mix is part of the learning process. Definition of storytelling. Storytelling according to Connie defined storytelling is the communication, the communicating of event through the use of word and the sound. This and are of expression and improvisation, which revolves around a lot of our narrative point in of the view. There are some types and purpose of storytelling. According to Connie, divide it into cultural storytelling, family storytelling, personal storytelling, and physical storytelling. And the first, cultural storytelling. Cultural storytelling is defined by the transmission and conferring of certain values, moral and benefits. and the second, family storytelling. In family storytelling is talk of us the spoken history of a family, maintaining and preserving a long line of various event and experience. And the third, personal storytelling. Personal storytelling is through living. Everyone is constant and enjoying process of composing our personal story. And the last, persical storytelling. Persical storytelling persical are the story presented to the listener as too often unflappable touch or stories told as fact. And the research methodology. The research methodology as this research address both quantitative and qualitative question. The method as in the research falls under mixed method. And research question number 1 is answer quantitative. This research is conducted to find the significance of recorded narrative text. The research design for this experimental research is the experimental design. In this design, a prepared approach to question experiments. The experimental group A and the control group B are selected without random segment. And the hypothesis. The research is begun with null hypothesis, where experimental and control group are similar. By using null hypothesis, every possibility of the result can be shown. If the hypothesis is rejected, it can be conclude that experiment worked. While if your hypothesis is expected, that experiment doesn't work. So the null hypothesis occurs in this research that storytelling technique is not effective in improving student speaking skill in learning speak English. And the population ensemble. The population ensemble in the research in 10th grade students are of SMA in Bandung, which is a group into 5 class. Each consists of 13 students to the total population in the 100 in the 150 students. And I think in the last my video, good morning and thank you.